KJ Apa fans are not pleased with the actor's response for his lack of posting about the Black Lives Matter movement. Here is everything we know. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Jana Rosenberg, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news. Riverdale fans have been criticizing KJ Apa for not using his social media platforms, where he has 18.3 million followers on Instagram and 2.1 million on Twitter, to raise awareness about the Black Lives Matter movement. Like most celebrities, KJ did post a black square on #BlackoutTuesday, but fans think he could have done more. On Twitter, rapper Elijah Daniel, who previously had beef with the Riverdale actor, called KJ out for his silence.
I mean, we covered a similar story with Taylor Swift. She was also getting criticized for not posting enough. And I will say, posting a black square on your Instagram is like literally the bare minimum of what you can do.
Definitely.
And KJ has a big audience. I haven't been looking closely at his stories, but just today when I looked, I didn't really see anything.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a big platform like that, doing a post on your main feed about where you stand on it, about resources, helping to educate your audience is like, it's kind of almost like your an unspoken responsibility. And no one's saying to him that he doesn't care about Black lives, but it's more like, why didn't you use your platform for good when you had this opportunity?
Right, because a lot of people follow you more than the
average
human.
person. And I think fans, I think it's kind of cool for fans to call people out, but then there's the other side of it where you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know, maybe they're wrapping their head around it. But I do think that you do have a massive responsibility, especially a show like Riverdale, where black actors on the show have been speaking out about the lack of diversity on the show and the lack of black characters getting developed stories and backgrounds. So that does kind of it's a lot.
I agree.
Elijah quoted a tweet urging people to watch the 2018 movie The Hate U Give, which tackles racism and police brutality, very hot subject right now, which KJ stars in. Elijah tweeted, quote, "I love that movie, but I do have a question, completely unrelated to the beef I formerly had with him. If KJ was the co-star of that movie, why is he so silent? He has such a massive young audience and got paid to be in a movie about police brutality and posted a black square." I think that's an excellent point, because it's not only did KJ is an actor and is a public figure, but KJ literally was in a movie about this, about that a movie that people are saying, you need to watch this. This is how you're gonna stay awake to what is going on in the world.
Yeah.
And he couldn't say anything about his experience. It's just kind of weird.
No, I totally agree, but here's the thing. Not everyone has the same opinion, So maybe he feels a completely different way, and he is kind of not feeling the most confident to go out and say it, because he's like, the way that I feel about this entire situation may either affect my relationships, affect my career. And however, I think with all this going on, we forget that everyone's opinion, we shouldn't be canceling people for their opinions. It doesn't make them a horrible person. And I think right now, times are so sensitive that he might be worried to kind of come out and say how he really feels,
I don't think anyone's canceling him. I think it's more disappointment. I don't know. I just think you have a responsibility having that platform, and you have an even bigger responsibility when your platform is made up of very young people who maybe are just coming of age to vote.
Definitely. I do agree with that responsibility factor 100%. KJ responded to Elijah saying, "I don't need to post about my opinions and beliefs in order for them to be real to me. I support Black lives, but I don't feel it's necessary to prove to people I do by posting my attendance at these protests." But fans were not happy with KJ's justification for not posting more about the Black Lives Matter movement, as one fan responded to KJ saying, "Posting on social media is not to prove anything, it's to spread awareness and give resources to your followers to help. With someone that has such a big platform, one would think to use it to make a difference." And that I do agree with. I think no matter where you stand, it is your responsibility. 18 million followers, that's gonna reach more people than most people on social media could.
Right.
So I get that. But I do get what he's saying. It's been a lot. It's been very, social media's been very saturated with all this, and I think it's amazing. I think it's great, because now I know where to swipe up, donate, help wherever I can. But I do get where he's like, look, this is all very real to me. I don't need to post about it for it to be real for you guys to believe me.
Right, but I think what the bigger thing is that no one is saying we don't believe that you don't care. It's more of saying you're missing this huge opportunity, and it's not even again, if he just educated himself, if he just had these conversations with people, if he just spoke spoke with people about, okay, well, what can I post to create change?
Right.
Because that's what it is. It's not about showing up at protests. It's not about proving that you care. It's about posting something that has an action item that your audience can like do. Whether that action item is simply, hey, there's an election coming out, like make sure if you're old enough, register to vote. You need to register to vote now so you can vote in November, you know?
Definitely.
Like anything like that. Like because it's not really just about posting about protests. It's about actually doing something and creating some type of action item with your post.
Totally.
Otherwise, it's just an empty black box.
Right.
So another fan chimed in about KJ's statement, tweeting, I hope you realize that I don't need to post about my opinions and beliefs in order for them to be real to me. Just shows how privileged you really are. Let's not forget that Appa's response comes after his co-stars Vanessa Morgan, Asha Broomfield, and Ashley Murray opened up about their concerns that Riverdale does not give black characters enough complex and developed stories. This inspired the show's creators to honor the do better with the show's black characters, which I mean is great, but also like why wasn't this dealt with in the very beginning? And you could say that to every show that's out there on the air.
I so agree with that. I'm sad that it's taken something so horrible for people to like kind of wake up about this situation. And you know, I think though after this has come out, all the Riverdale, you know, drama with the writers and the creator, and you know, Vanessa Morgan, it's like, where are you, KJ? Because this is you are the star of this show. Yeah. So I think at this point, it's super important for him to kind of come out and be like, you know what? This is how I feel, this is how you can help, this is what's up. And he hasn't, and it says a lot.
Well, what do you guys think about KJ's lack of mention of the Black Lives Matter movement? Do you think that he will end up showing more awareness to this and using his platform to promote these messages? Let us know. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Jana Rosenberg, and follow us here at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.